Hello and welcome to Global Fashion Workshop. Let me remind you that we post a new video 3 times a week. Today we will be drafting a t-shirt style top. Of course, in the past we already drafted a silk t-shirt. We already covered this material, but it's always possible to find some new way of doing some details or to draft the whole design in some different way. Look here, I'm wearing this white t-shirt today that was sewn here. It's the only one I have. I'm removing my blazer on purpose so that you can see. So this is my only t-shirt. And people tend to think, well, if I went to Paris, I'd buy a whole bunch of t-shirts there. Or if I went to Italy, to Milan, I'd buy a bunch of t-shirts there. I'm explaining, there aren't any there. There just aren't. It could be that some expensive brand might carry some, but these would cost just insane amounts of money. But just a normal t-shirt, it will either be some cheap viscose, or the t-shirt will have some flowers or leaves or some logos or graphics or rhinestones or whatnot. And I want to say that I brought this cotton for myself from Paris, and the girls sewed 2 t-shirts for me. One is this classic white one, and the second one has a grown-on sleeve and 3 birds in the front. That's what I was able to make out of my cut-off fabric. Just now I was standing in front of you wearing my boyfriend blazer, my beloved blazer, and the t-shirt underneath is normal, but I think I'd feel more confident if it was made in some good quality cotton, like this, for example. Of course, it wouldn't have the properties like a knit has, all this softness and stretch, but nevertheless, it could be drafted to be very comfortable. I think I'd feel much better in this kind of t-shirt, and this knit t-shirt I'll keep for more leisurely activities, because as city wear, I'm wearing my beloved trousers, my navy blazer, and I don't feel too comfortable wearing this t-shirt with this outfit. So, we'll work on t-shirt type woven tops. Today, I'll draft the pattern. We'll talk in great detail about the drafting. It's very important. On the next lesson, we'll cut it out and do the fitting. And I think the girls will be able to sew it up for me very quickly, and very soon I'll have a new addition to my wardrobe. Plus, on top of this, we'll still be making t-shirts out of silk, and that's really cool. Actually, some really cool brands such as Brunello Cucinelli, Loro Piana, and others are now sewing these silk blouses which are reminiscent of t-shirts. Let's look at the sketch here. I want to say that I left a partial dart here, not the full dart allowance, but a little bit, because you can see in the knit here, I have a bit of looseness. You can see. But if I leave out the whole dart in a woven cotton, I'd have a huge excess here, and I really don't want that. Of course, I'll create all this ease. We will leave out part of the dart, but part of the dart will still stay. We'll make it softer, we won't make it as sharp, we'll have a smaller dart allowance for the bust, but part will stay so that my front won't ride up, and here I wouldn't have these huge excesses. For now, I'm putting away my wonderful fabric, my splendid cotton. I'm putting it aside, and we'll be working on the drafting. My length is 65. I just measured my t-shirt on myself now, it's 65. Sleeve length is 20. We start with the width. Our front and back are equal in width, or not, let's see. Well, a little bit different. It doesn't matter, it can stay like this. But I would add a centimeter here and remove it here. What for? So that the dart isn't so long. Otherwise, the dart in a side seam will be going towards the back. I widen the back. And I narrow the front by the same amount. This way our dart will be 2 centimeters shorter, this one, and that's a good thing. Now we have these brown lines. Let's right away deepen the armscye by about 2 centimeters. Well, I think let's lower the shoulder by 1 centimeter. Here is where we're lowering the shoulder, and here we're simply eliminating this dart. If our dart allowance is 3 centimeters, look here. If I would have cut it out now, then opened it here, closed, then a part about 7 millimeters would have opened here, then this point would have raised. So what I'm doing is skipping all these steps, cutting out, slicing, moving the dart. I'm simply raising this point by about 7 millimeters. Here I drew the new shoulder. 4, 13. We're giving a bit of ease in this spot. So I think I confused you. This point here, this is the shoulder, equal to our initial shoulder on the front, 13 centimeters. This section here plus this one here is 13, and this here is 13. Here I added 1 centimeter, so here I'm also adding a centimeter. 1 centimeter doesn't really make a dropped shoulder, but it gives enough ease so that it doesn't ride up. On this t-shirt here that we sewed ourselves, you see where the seam is? I feel comfortable, but I want it very slightly lower like this. But this t-shirt has already been washed 150 times. It's the only t-shirt in my life. Now I'll draw a new armscye. It's not the finished armscye yet. We'll still be transferring darts into here. You see here the brown lines, our working lines. I'm opening here by a centimeter. I will repeat everything in detail shortly. I'm giving more ease in the top part of the bust. What did I do? I deepened by about 1.7, 1.8 centimeters. Raised the back as if I cut out the dart here, but I didn't. Imagine that the dart would have opened up here a bit, and due to that, I raised here a bit. This distance here, I just reduced. I just ignored this dart and made the shoulder equal to the front one. This addition for the dart, I just simply eliminated it. And we added a centimeter here. When you're drawing the new armscye, make sure you don't make it narrower in this spot. This is not final yet. We'll still be opening it up here. Well, I'll remove about 1.5 centimeters from beginning of shoulder. In the back here, a little bit, about 1.5 centimeters. In the front, about 3 centimeters. We'll still have changes here. For now, we worked with the shoulder, compared the front and back shoulder lengths, raised a bit in the back. We didn't slash here, we just eyeballed it, deepened the armscye, widened here. After all, this design calls for some ease here. That's why I widened it here. For now, I haven't changed the slope here. We'll still be cutting a dart into the armscye here. This is not the final armscye yet. Deepened by 3 centimeters, removed 1.5 from beginning of shoulders, removed a bit from the back. Our goal right now is to draft the pattern for our garment. And then we'll still work on the sleeve. So, I'll cut it out now. You see how strange the arm side looks here? We'll fix it now. You see what I have here? It looks so-so, right? Well, here you eyeball. If you divide the whole arm side in half, take a bit lower, doesn't matter. I'm cutting towards the dart tip. And I open by about 1 centimeter. Look how our arm side looks before this moment, and how it changes after we open here a bit. You see, right? I taught everyone to study arm side shapes. This way, now we're getting a totally different picture, very different. Today we have a very technical lesson. We're drafting a pattern. But as we're working, I also like to talk about what's trendy right now. Now all these t-shirts are popular. All the stylists recommend, don't wear old-fashioned blouses, wear t-shirts. But it doesn't mean that we will all wear knits now. It's been years that they're trying to convince us to wear sneakers with chiffon dresses and all kinds of beautiful, delicate garments. I don't know, personally it didn't stick with me. I wear sneakers with jeans. I'll tape it from the other side later, so that it wouldn't be sticky. Now let's see. I want to make the line more beautiful. Girls, we always have to work on the beauty of the armscye in advance, not when it's all done. This is also not the final line yet. We'll still work with it a bit. The dart is almost horizontal. Well, the slope is very minimal. We can say it's almost horizontal. Almost. Don't make it parallel to this line, but a very, very light angle. If we make the dart like this, we'll ruin this design. These kind of darts are not done on these loose garments. I opened here by 1 centimeter, and now we'll tape it. And you might say, and then we'll cut off the centimeter from here. And you might say, what was the point of doing this when you could have simply closed it without cutting anything off? But that way we wouldn't have gotten a bit of this looseness here above the bust, in this spot, here. Here, you understand? We're doing all this to give it this style. That's why we're doing all this. And now it's very simple. Now we'll place the shoulders together, right and left. We'll look at the armscye again. I'm telling you all this, explaining it all. Here is our armscye. Here it is. You see here I'm trimming this top part, but here I received this very, very slight looseness. Let me cut this off now. And once again, let's look at the armscye. Oh. Wide, comfortable, loose. We have to remember to add to the sleeve, where we have the seam here for the ease. See how comfortable and loose. We have this ease here now, here's some looseness. Next. Our bust dart got reduced by 2 centimeters. What can we do? We can tape 1 centimeter here. That is, artificially decrease this dart. Move this line to here. And then cut off the centimeter on top, so that when the dart is sewn and the waistlines are matched, the side seams would also match as well in length. If we add anything here, but don't cut it off here, our seams won't match. So we have to check everything in advance. Check the armscye. Personally, I'll leave it as is, because my cotton is quite stiff. Let me have this dart. But you could also decrease it if you're so inclined. Good. Now, I'll measure the armscye. So, I'm measuring it like this. Imagine how stylish it will be. 22. Well, almost 50 centimeters. Our sketch. Yes, it's a bit small. The first thing I want to do is to straighten these lines a bit here. These lines make them a bit straighter. You see, right? Watch me do it. A t-shirt is not the garment where we need this roundness here, volume here. Now I'll cut it out. And right away I'll add here. Those who watch our channel regularly already know that I purposefully give you different methods to enlarge sleeves, different ways to soften bust darts. I'm doing all this so that you understand that you have a certain freedom of action when working with a basic sloper. Here is what we have. Now I'm cutting in the center and spread it. This way. If we take simply our basic sloper and cut out the front, back and sleeve the way they are in a sloper, of course this won't give any style. But to get a certain style, of course you have to work on it a bit. Not too much, but it does take some work. Oh no, what did I do here? Well, okay, it's done. Well, you already know that whenever we open darts into the armscye, and the armscye increases here due to this, here. Here we increased, you see, right? So the sleeve also has to increase in its height. Well, at least by about 7 millimeters like this. This kind of sleeve with an increased cap size, of course, will fit better into this design. And don't forget that we'll still have a bit of looseness here. We'll never achieve a perfect, impeccable close fit here in this design. That's not what it's about. Well, I can say that our pattern is ready. Wonderful. Here is our sleeve. Where is the front? Here is the front. Here is our center of sleeve. We're ready to continue our work. We'll spend a bit of time talking about these kind of blouses because I looked around, looked at expensive brands. A lot of expensive brands offer this kind of blouses, reminiscent of t-shirts. Of course, it's beautiful. And I think there are also people like me out there who, who don't feel too confident in knits. I have this knit t-shirt. Why would I wear it as city wear when I could wear it on vacation, at the beach, take the kids to the park, go for walks, go out of town? But in this outfit, where I have these interesting trousers and a beautiful blazer, of course this blouse t-shirt from woven cotton or from silk or something like that would suit much better. So girls, let's not be lazy, let's work. I think each one of you who doesn't yet have the right fabric, you'll find it. In the meantime, make a muslin from something old, and when you find the perfect fabric, you'll be ready. Pin your pattern, do a few seams, and you have a new garment. And you don't need to wait until you go somewhere to buy it and that somewhere doesn't have it. All the t-shirts that are sold, everyone tries to leave their logo on it. It's almost impossible to buy just a plain white t-shirt. Today I spoke a lot. Let's be different, reinvent ourselves each day, and let's think, what should we put on ourselves and for what occasion? Click like, share our videos on social media, subscribe to our channel, get our courses, stay with us. All the best from myself, Irina Paukšte, and our entire team.